Hello. I am humbled and privileged to share with you my perspective of the wire and cable industry today, and more specifically, Southwire's vision for its wire and cable operations. First, I want to thank the Wire Association International for this invitation, and personally to the president, Tom Heberling, who I get to work with every day, for trusting me. For those who know me, who have grown up with me, who work with me, and have chosen to share their lives with me, understand that I am a very direct and candid individual. This is because I believe there is much work to do and so little time on this earth to get it done. So let's get started. What an exciting time to be in the wire and cable industry. We have a real unique vantage point witnessing the convergence of Industry 4.0 in our industry. What is this convergence? We are all experiencing the digitalization of our manufacturing and distribution in our own companies. We understand it's going to make us more efficient, more competitive, and more sustainable. While at the same time, the products and services we make and ship are bringing power to the Industrial Revolution. For us, it's a journey of transforming our own organizations and then bringing the power to the digital transformation across the globe in terms of smart energy, smart buildings, smart cities. There's innovations of electric transportation, 5G telecommunications, the Internet of Things, and power over the Ethernet, and many more innovations. So I believe we look back in history, we'll know what we need to do today. So let's look at the history of the Industrial Revolution. In the 18th century, the first Industrial Revolution was driven by steam. It enabled the production of iron to improve by 30 times. 30 times. Go to the mid-19th century, and electricity drove the second Industrial Revolution. It enabled mass auto assembly of automobiles. It enabled the output to be 8 times what it was before. And when you come to the third Industrial Revolution, this was powered by programmable electronics, which started the automation of production. This was in the 1970s. The first programmable controller was made in 1969. So today, 50 years later, and a decade in the making, technology and information technology is driving the fourth Industrial Revolution. This is the fusion of our production with technology that's taking all the actors across the value stream and aligning them with one set of data. We are going to operate in a connected world. And in order for us to do that, we have to be connected or we're going to get left behind. So our solutions and our products are fueling the Industrial Revolution. How cool is that? So if we're all going to get connected, and if we don't, we're going to get left behind, how are we doing? Well, in a study, 26% of the US companies, only 26%, have an Industry 4.0 strategic initiative. Of that group, 60% reported that it stalled in the pilot phases. And our industrial segment is lagging further behind. When you look at large US companies, which have garnered more resources, only 40% of these companies have a 4.0 strategy roadmap. And the smaller companies, about $1 billion or less, only 18%. So what's going on? In my mind, the competitive advantage is about creating an ecosystem where people, processes, and technology are aligned across the value stream from end to end. Technology is simply an enabler. It's not the fix. Modern assets and modern technology is the price of admission to compete in a connected world. The benefits are going to be realized from our human capital. It's the decisions that are made and the actions that are taken that are going to deliver the benefits. Basically, it's about the information and the actions we take that is the magic It's not about capturing data on that shiny, bright dashboard. It's about what we do with the data. So I want to share with you that I read an article in Industry Week, and it captured the essence of this perspective. And I quote, "Technology is less about replacing employees or people. It's about leveraging experienced employees with the tools they need to compete." Let's pause a minute and listen to that. It's the tools our employees need to compete. Are we providing them? And this is how we landed on our mission at Southwire. And our mission at Southwire is making our operators' lives easier and leaving no one behind in this revolution. We have 3 areas of focus. We want to reduce, remove, and replace. We want to reduce the physical demands of our job. We want to remove the frustration of firefighting with a lean process mindset. And we want to replace the collection of historical data with real-time data analytics to drive decision-making. Why? We are enabling problem solvers with modern assets and technology. I often hear that people aren't willing to change. I've also heard that people are the impediment or the hurdle to achieving the corporate vision or strategy. I think if we take a closer look and pause for a moment, we already all have an adaptable workforce. Our role is to harness the power of the people that chose to be a part of our organization. So I want to take a moment, and I want you to hear stories from individuals that chose to be a member of the Southwire family, and how they have 57 years of experience to 2 years of experience. Let's take a moment to hear their story of being a part of Southwire.
I chose to work at Southwire because at that time, Southwire and today is still, I feel like, a great place for someone to, get their life together and have a future. I've really enjoyed the time I've been with Southwire. I wouldn't change anything about it.
My favorite part about Southwire is that they have been there for me through my ups and downs. They have provided for my family. They have provided for me. Southwire to me is family oriented, like they said, and it is a spot where you can work and have the opportunity and liberty to move forward if you want to grow with the company.
Our 5 tenets of sustainability. One is doing right, another one's giving back. And the Southwire has always taken an approach. Building work is certainly critical, but the giving back to the communities in which we're located, recognizing there's a higher responsibility to give back and then do right within the community, add value, that personally makes me extremely proud to be a member of the Southwire team.
So I can say that I did not find Southwire, but Southwire found me, literally. But I can absolutely say when I was found by Southwire 20 plus years ago, when I did come here, I was just super impressed with everyone that I interviewed with. I mean, just felt very welcoming and part of a family from my first impression. And I can also say that's absolutely what has kept me here, is definitely the people that I've had the opportunity to work around during my 22 years, coming up on 23 years at Southwire. Well, I think we have a really innovative mindset, but I really think it boils down to us recognizing and truly valuing our most precious asset, which of course is our people.
Southwire has a tremendous or a number of different initiatives. You know, we have the Power Fund, we have Project Gift, they're the ERG committees and groups. You know, so from a personnel standpoint, we're always looking to invest in people. And then, you know, not just people internal to Southwire, but also to ensure that we have a presence in communities around. About 4 years ago, I remember interviewing a gentleman that was applying for a warehouse specialist position at one of the service centers. And I can remember him saying to me that as a child, he can remember being in New Orleans during Katrina and seeing the Project Gift Southwire truck pull up and start to distribute aid to a lot of the citizens of New Orleans that were impacted. He remembered the sign on the side of the truck and said to himself that one day he wanted to be a part of that it was definitely a company that he would want to be working for. And about 7-8 years later, he found himself in a position to get to Georgia and actually apply to come and work at Southwire.
I believe Southwire is a leader in the industry because of the work that our employees put in and day out. Without the employees across our enterprise, who we call the people behind the power, Southwire just wouldn't be successful. We have approximately 7,000 people at our organization spread across various countries and from different backgrounds and educations that all work together to reach a common goal. Additionally, we are a family-owned business, and Southwire has done a great job in keeping both the familial values as a company that it had when it was first founded, while at the same time growing and evolving into a world-class organization to fit the needs of our customers.
Now that's powerful. Who doesn't want to get up every day to lead this revolution? This video demonstrates Southwire's diverse, adaptable talent. Can you imagine the experiences that Milton and Norris have had in their 57 and 42 years with Southwire? The diversity of the experiences that Sean Moore has had, from manufacturing utility products to leading our distribution centers to now leading our residential building wire production. That Candace Winters has had with coming from IT into training into people and culture. We have the diversity and adaptability at Southwire. We also know we're operating in a talent war. It's forecasted decades ago, and we're all in it together. There isn't enough talent to work in our operations. Southwire has a multi-pronged strategy to create a unique employment experience for the purpose of attracting the best talent and readying and retaining that talent. There is no one single bullet. So when we think about it, we look at 5 ingredients, and I would recommend these 5 ingredients for every manufacturer. This is what you need to attract the best talent. You need to modernize your assets. You need to have modern technology. You need to have modern facilities. You need to have modern processes, and you need to have modern, inclusive cultures. These are 5 key ingredients just to be competitive. And I think about it as you have the equipment, the technology, and the facilities is what people see that they want to come join your organization. Then you have the processes and the culture, and it's what somebody experiences when they're in your organization. This is no small task, but it's simply what we as manufacturers need to do to compete in this connected world. At Southwire, we're in the midst of deploying $900 million in capital to provide our talent with the modern assets, technology, and facilities. Our connected factories and our distribution warehouses will fuel the lean processes with big data analytics to empower our operators. We are doubling down on a lean management system to ensure we have a dual focus on process and results. It's not just about what we accomplish, it's about how we go about accomplishing it. At Southwire, once we get them in the door, what are we going to do to ready and retain the talent? And I think about it as let's get connected. How do we create or ensure we have ready, flexible problem solvers? The vision at Southwire is when an operator joins the organization or a warehouse specialist, we hand them a smart device. And once they've had the appropriate training, they now have the ability to YouTube the problem, you choose the schedule and the equipment, and you own the decision and the process. This is a vision befitting an Industry 4.0. Southwire needs step change performance to compete in the Industrial Revolution 4.0. We need to move beyond incrementalism. We need to learn from the previous revolutions and aim higher. So how are we going to get connected? We are going to ready our talent by connecting experience with technology to digitize our standards, YouTube the problem. We're going to create flexibility by connecting our people with technology. You choose the schedule and the equipment. To create problem solvers, we're going to connect equipment with technology to digitize big data analytics. You own the process and the decisions. We are on a mission to change the employment experience and to empower and engage our workforce. We have a range of investments. Some examples include, we have a centralized, dedicated modernization and engineering organization to deploy the $900 million in capital. We are creating a process center of excellence to have expertise in drawing, stranding, extrusion, finishing, and packaging. We have an operator cross-training program for those to volunteer that want to work multiple processes. We are deploying a value stream management structure so that we operate in a lean management system and not a hierarchical system. For our training, we are leveraging augmented reality, virtual reality, and moving on to customized apps. We're even partnering with our suppliers of our equipment differently. As you can see, we are passionate about our vision and about the possibilities of what Industry 4.0 can bring to Southwire. It is with the utmost gratitude that I have this opportunity in our lifetime to change lives. Please join me and let's make a difference together. Thank you.